Hey guys, this is Introducing Emmy, and we're back with another Redline Tuesday. This time sent to us by boop, 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 boop. There we go. Hope you can read that. Democloid.deviantart.com. And yeah, let's just jump into it. We know what's up. We've done this before. And again, I do this almost every time. I'm going to flip it just because I've been looking at it for a while. One of the first things I'm going to do is crop this out a little more so her feet aren't cut off. I guess I could have done this off camera, but that's okay. I wanted you guys to see it. Okay. Little itchy nose. Okay. So, Democloid said that they were going, I'll just quote them, they said, "I was really going for a silent on the outside but exploding on the inside feel with this one, as you can see from her plain expression, clothes, and stance compared to the colorful background." So, I think I'm just going to correct the anatomy and maybe add a little more intensity to her expression, and then we'll go from there. And I am lagging a little bit. I'm not sure why. How big is this drawing? Oh wow, okay, that might be why I'm lagging a little bit. Let's take this to 300 dpi at 15. Yeah, we could probably go maybe 16 tall, something like that. Can't tell if that feels better or not. Okay, that's more comfortable to work at. So one real quick thing here is that the body is just slightly turned in that direction. So I'm going to draw the center line, at least on the upper body for now. Just to show where the face should be turned. Now I realize you can't see the ear, but I'm just using it to find the brow guide. Okay, so there's our face laid out. So I didn't draw the center line the whole way down, but if it would help you, go ahead and do that. Okay, and let's this is always a part I feels like a little like, oh boy, here we go. And that's drawing the legs and making sure they're balanced. So let's draw a plumb line from her neck down, just very, very lightly. Okay, so her feet are about center. I think her knees could be just a teens higher. And then what I've been doing lately is from this point on the hip here, if you can see where I'm drawing, like I'll do two little lines there. I sort of draw like a curve around to find the knee. Just be careful you don't curve too far in on the interior, on the leg that's facing away, because the character could look a little knock-kneed. You know, if you want your character to look knock-kneed, then do it, but these are not lines that would appear in the final drawing. They're just guidelines to kind of help you get that curve. Okay, and then similarly, this side would curve out. Okay, and down at this point would be your ankle, your ankle-y bone. Again, this is more just a guide, you know, so just kind of erase it out there, you know. Don't actually draw, like, unless you're drawing like really thick, like this is actually pretty close to where these muscles run and wrap around the leg, but unless you're drawing like a hardcore, like hoo-ha, like bodybuilder, you know, a Johnny Bravo, if you will, you wouldn't really be drawing like these huge, what are they, the delts or the quads or whatever the thigh muscles are. They wouldn't be that prominent on this character, so don't even worry about it for now. But yeah. Okay, and then now I've left her ankles pretty wide. In actuality, I don't know if they would really be this wide. You could probably go a little narrower. Even on people who are really, really big and built or really fat or whatever, it's you're still going to have pretty narrow ankles. There's not a lot of muscle or fat packets to build at that part of the body. So unless you're like doing like it's part of your style. I'm trying to think of, why can't I think of words today? But if it's part of your style to have thicker ankles, then go for it. Like I think Chris Sanders does a little bit thicker ankles. But just make sure you're not like doing like just a tube with like no definition. I have no room to talk because I draw aliens and that's basically what they look like. But for human anatomy, if unless you're doing really, really stylized, I would try to make sure there's just a little bit of a curve, like in indentations by the knees and by the ankles. Okay? At least that's my recommendation for this drawing style. So 1, 2, 3. Yes, I count. You don't know how many advertisements, illustrated advertisements are out there where people have extra fingers or are missing fingers when they shouldn't be. And if somebody would have just counted, would have saved them a whole lot of embarrassment. I'm just filling this in right here, but this is this would be the negative space between these two legs. Sorry, I'm just thinking this could be a little higher. And a little more down. Okay. Just counting. There we go. It's hard to see, but that pinky toe is there. So real quick before I move on to the rest of the body, it's really important that when you're setting up your composition that you don't crop out like the very top of the head or the feet, you know. Now, if it's part, if the edges of the paper become part of your composition, like let's say you have a piece of paper like this, and your character's like in a box, you know, and the entirety of that is taken up by the box, like the edges of the paper become part of your compositional like construct, like part of your message. That's okay. But this character is, she's trying to like show a message with her body language, and it has nothing to do with the edges of the paper. So try not to cut off stuff like that. Yeah, no, I won't do that. I was going to draw like t-shirt on there, but I don't want to confuse you guys with the wrinkles in the t-shirt. Okay. So you probably wouldn't see too much of this arm. Probably just a little bit of the shirt right there. A good rule of thumb to follow is that the tips of the fingers usually stop just above the halfway point on the thighs. Some people's are a little longer, a little shorter, you know. But, yeah, and also, I'm not positive. I think the elbows line up pretty close to the belly button. So, again, if it's not exact, you know, that's cool. You're drawing a cartoon girl. It's cool. It doesn't have to be exact. Just close. You know what I mean? Okay, so now we're going to draw this arm, and I'm actually going to make a new layer here so I don't screw it all up. Real quick, I'm going to erase this and erase this. I keep seeing this line out of the corner of my eye and going, is that my halfway point on the other arm? And I don't want to get confused. Okay. Okay, and then rather than in the original, the hand is behind the body, or at least it appears to, like the thumb and everything is behind. Bring that forward so that this arm is resting in front of this side of the body. And then you can draw your neutral hand pose, which for now I'm just kind of doing my mitten. There goes my air conditioner, if you can hear it. Oh, I think I've curved this too much. Maybe this not enough. So I'm just going to dot the lines of the stuff underneath. And I'm actually going to... What am I going to do here? I want to make this longer. That was what was bugging me. This didn't curve in as much as I would have liked. Oh well. Pretty close. What's my time? 20 minutes. Okay. So I want to spend some time going over the face, and then we will pretty much be done. Sorry, I'm not satisfied yet. That's a little closer, I think, to what I'm looking at. Something like that. Okay. And then the nose actually, save for my pen blobbing up here, the nose is actually pretty good. We're just going to move it over a little bit. And I can't tell if her mouth is supposed to be open or not. So I guess I'll just leave it open a little bit. And the only other thing is the hair. Probably just needs to be a little more built on this side to compensate for me extending the skull a little bit. Now, I'm actually not, I don't know if I mentioned this in other videos, but I've never felt very comfortable with the way I draw hair. And, you know, I'm not like the go-to person for hair, hair design or hairstyles or anything like that. Oh my gosh, they have to do yard work like right this instant. I'm always so scared you guys can hear it, but I usually get comments to the fact that you guys really don't hear the yard work. It sounds like blaringly loud to me, but okay, and I think that about does it, though. If you guys don't mind, I am going to finagle with this arm a little bit. Just do a little block out technique. And I am going to turn this so it's a little easier for me to work with. I've had some comments in the past, not too recently or anything, asking me to not turn or flip the canvas as much as I do, because it's hard to follow along. If you are drawing with like a real piece of paper, you can definitely turn it, obviously, and if you're not turning it, you should be, because it's easier on your wrist and your arms to be turning it. And to flip it, you just need to, you can either hold it up to a mirror and kind of eyeball it and see like what you need to fix or work on, or you can use a light box or hold it up to a window to see the reverse image and like trace it back and forth, like trace it onto the back of the paper. But if you're following along in an art program and you're like, geez, Emmy, I can't follow along because you keep turning the canvas. Well, first of all, almost every program allows you to flip it. And if your art program doesn't, stop using MS Paint. No, MS Paint's fine. But if you have an art program that doesn't allow you to turn the canvas, try to get one that does. And most art programs these days have something like it. Like, I know Manga Studio 4 has it. It's not the best. It kind of does weird things when you turn it. Like, it doesn't change the picture or anything. It's just kind of like, alright, it's not great, you know? Like, the navigation gets all screwed up. And you kind of have to, like, flip your mind. But I think, I'm trying to think what year, I think in late 2009 I finally got a version, like I think a version of Photoshop came out where you could finally start like turning the canvas, and I saw my art improve like tenfold just from being able to work with the drawing the way I would work with it off the computer, like if I was just drawing on a piece of paper. So that is something to keep in mind. There we go. There is the redrawn arm, which I think looks much better now. And let's go over our time a little bit. I'm actually, when you see this video, I'm going to be away for a week again. I'm sorry. My parents are coming from Pennsylvania to visit me. And they haven't been here in a few years, and I'm really excited to see them. And we are going to be in Sequoia while you're watching this video. And hopefully there'll be some other stuff going up the week I am gone, like some commission work and stuff. So I'm just taking the time to draw in the clothes. Just for the heck of it. Probably like not so much up here. Kind of a weird little side thing that I was just thinking of. When I was first like really taking the time to learn how to draw like pants and crotches correctly, I always thought it was weird that a lot of times wrinkles sort of like emanate from the groin. Like that's the tension point, is the groin in the pants. And it used to like kind of bug me. Like, so a lot of times I would skip out on drawing the groinal, like having the wrinkles in the groinal region, but then I realized it sticks out. Like when I saw other artists not doing it as well, I realized it sticks out even more if you don't have those wrinkles there. Like it looks like they don't have like not even like they don't have genitalia, but like they don't even have like a crotch. Like it's just like this weird, like it's just like flat all the way down to the split of the legs. Like it's weird if you don't do that. I don't know, it's just like a side thing that I noticed. And a lot of times you'll see like young or new artists doing that, like not drawing wrinkles in the crotchal region. I don't know if it's for the same reasons I was not doing it, that I just thought it looked strange. But yeah. And there we go. So let's turn her. Turn. Photoshop. It moved her. Hold on. Okay, so I'm definitely seeing something here that needs to be fixed. And that is, I've somehow managed to like warp her face quite a bit. I thought something was looking a little funny. Okay. Let's do a cut. So we're just gonna hold control at this top point and kind of pull it over a little bit. A little quick fix on our facial structure there. And actually, I think you could just maybe turn this slightly, just to straighten her up a little more. Okay, there we go. I think that's better. So let's do, this will be mine. Sorry, I'm just making groups so that we can turn it on and off a little more quickly. So I think the biggest change is just adding a little more of a pop, you know, like she's kind of pulled out a little more. Like it's sort of like you took this and you just went, like you took the 3D tool and like pulled it out in that direction, you know what I mean? So yeah. Well, I think that's that. And let's thank Damoclod or damocloid.deviantart.com for sending this in. Awesome drawing. As always, keep sending in Redline Tuesdays to emy.bitner at IntroducingEmy.com, which that email address should be on my banner on my YouTube page. So, alrighty, I think that's it. Okay, see you guys next time. Bye!